This month's pose of the month for tribal yoga is headstand. So we have Bobby here and we're going to come into the headstand. She's going to come down onto her forearms and bring her fingertips together, so interlacing all of her fingers. Her elbows are about shoulder distance apart. It's not super important that they're exactly shoulder distance in this pose. Interlacing the fingers, she's going to bring the bottom pinkies out and just place them one in front of the other to protect those pinkies. And just keep in mind at any time when you're coming up into this pose, you don't want to feel any pressure or pain in the neck. So if you feel that, it probably means you're on the wrong location on the top of your head and you want to come down and readjust. So that in mind, she's going to bring the top of her head down onto the mat and kind of cup the back of her head with her hands and kind of feel for that flat spot, that nice balance point. And then from there, she's going to tuck her toes, lift her hips, and kind of come to like down dog and walk those toes in as far as she comfortably can. And then as she comes where those hips are kind of coming up over the shoulders, she's going to send one leg high. And that's as high as is comfortable for her, whatever that looks like for any person who's doing this. And then begin to pulse the bottom leg, kind of kicking off. And if she needs to, she'll use the wall where that top leg will come to the wall, and then she'll pull the bottom leg up to meet it. And she's going to build her headstand on that one side first, so that foot is really active, and she's going to find her pose. And then from the core, she's going to work on pulling the other leg away from the wall as she's ready. Again, if she was feeling pressure in her neck, she would come down and readjust her head and just make sure that she's keeping her safety in mind here. She's going to breathe here and focus on just balancing and breathing. And at any time, she would come down. But when she's coming down, she comes down however it works best for her. So maybe one leg at a time. Some of us come down a little quickly, some of us come down more slowly. And then she's walking the toes back out, knees back down, and press back to a child's pose. Kind of give your low back a little rest here. And that is our tribal yoga pose of the month, headstand.